This is JMR Geography Lesson 17, A Prophet Without Honor. And today there was only movement from Cana back to Nazareth. Last week we moved from Nazareth to Cana, and we do not need to retrace that from Cana to Nazareth unless you want to put an additional point on your green arrow, taking the master back to Nazareth. But the written materials in your booklet, A Prophet Without Honor, did mention Elijah and Elisha. And so we're going to be dealing with prophets of the north, Elijah and Elisha. And so we'll be identifying sites around the Jezreel Valley, or sites in the north, particularly on Regional Study Map 2, the land between. We can deal with some distant sites that come into play within these biblical accounts of Elijah and Elisha. So we'll have you mark out from Nazareth, starting at Nazareth, and then going on to Mount Carmel, where Elijah met with the prophets of Baal, and then dealing with the reason that needed to take place is Ahab had married a Sidonian princess. In 1 Kings 17, one of the events that our master mentions in the synagogue in Nazareth is the widow at Zarephath. So we'll have you do Zarephath. And then coming down from Nazareth, we're going to have you highlight Shunem, a hangout for Elisha, as well as Dothan, where he had a house. And this is where I believe he was when Naaman came from Damascus. And so then we also are having you do Jezreel, simply because Elijah ran from Mount Carmel to Jezreel. And then looking north, or a little bit to the east, highlight this Jordan River to remember Naaman's crossing of the river and dipping in the river. And we're doing Damascus, as well as the two rivers that Naaman would have preferred to dip in, the Abana River and the Pharpar River. So that's going to be your marking. Well, I'm having you write in a couple of texts too. So up here at Zarephath, I had you write in 1 Kings 17, 8 through 24, takes place at Zarephath, and putting in 2 Kings 5, 1 through 19 at Dothan. That's the activity on this particular map. We do get a detailed look at the Jezreel Valley with the Regional Study Map 5, Galilee and the Jezreel Valley. And so I ask you to look carefully at Nazareth and identify its spring, locate the ridge that's to the back of Nazareth. You're also going to be highlighting Nazareth, and, well, I think you already have it highlighted here, and the Mount Precipice you will be highlighting. And then just some areas around the Jezreel Valley. So again, we're doing Shunem, Jezreel, Dothan, and then Mount Carmel and Mukraka Monastery. To the east, as I talk about a little bit about the Jezreel Valley, I call attention to Mount Tabor, the Hill of Moreh, and Mount Gilboa. On Mount Gilboa and Mount Carmel, here I just highlighted the letters. That's the marking, and then my discussion that goes with it. I am having you put here at Mukraka, 1 Kings 18, 20 to 44, the contest on Mount Carmel, which takes place at Mukraka traditionally, but I think that's a very good spot. Mukraka is the Arab word or Arabic word for the burning. That's it for our marking this week.